Hi friends, how are you? Welcome to Shanda's page. My name is Jasmine Star and I have the opportunity to go live and chat with you. But let me just tell you, not everything works the way that we had planned. Shanda was supposed to be on here and we were going to have a conversation about using social media to build your business and market your brand. Well, look what happens. Life throws a curveball. Shanda had her internet down of all days. So she calls me and says, Jasmine, can you pop in and I'm just going to turn it over to you. Now, Shanda and I met rather recently. We're very familiar with each other online, but we have actually never had a conversation more than 15 or 20 minutes. What would cause Shanda to say, me, virtually a stranger, in her audience to say, Jasmine, I trust you. I've seen the content that you put out and we've had mutual friends and your reputation precedes you. That is going to be the starting point for this conversation today. What does it mean to build out a reputation for you to build your business using social media? And here's one thing you're going to learn about me. I never say what people should do. I only ever say, hey friends, look what I'm doing. I invite you to do the same. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a chat like 15 or 20 minutes, and we're going to talk about going deep in your business. So I want to give a shout out to Pamela Fleischer and Dolly Wu. I am not Shanda. I'm a little bit more brown. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the things that we have to do as business owners to market our business on social media. So let's use Facebook for an example, because that's where we're at right now. How do you use Facebook to really build out the type of dream customers that you want going through your door? And yes, I understand we also have digital doors, right? Like online, like your website, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, all of the platforms that I use to grow my business. How then does this happen for us? Well, I believe we should all be creating 3 pillars of content. These are the things that are going to attract your dream customers to you. Because if we're going to have a real conversation, I am going to know that you're talented and you're qualified and you have this amazing business. But do you want to talk about all those things? I believe that the very best business owners really hone down a conversation. In fact, I was having a conversation with Shanda on Instagram of all places, and she says, Jasmine, we are really known for empowering entrepreneurs through emails and funnels. She's really about a different part of building out your business. And she says, I've noticed that you really know how to use social media to help build your business. She's like, I believe there's a crossover in our businesses. To which I replied, I agree, Shanda. So Shanda is known for emails and funnels and strategy. Those are her 3 pillars. My 3 pillars are going to be how to build a brand, use social media to market that brand, and believing in impossibilities. I boldly stand up. Shanda said, Jasmine, we're having tech issues. You're going to go off the fly right now. I am showing up without any questions or without anything. She was supposed to interview me. This was supposed to be interview based. But you want to know what? I said, you got this, girl. I'm going to show up because I believe in 3 pillars of content. My invitation and question to you is, do you have 3 pillars of content? What are the 3 things that you are known best for in your business? Now, if you are a coach, like if you're a life coach, you say, I help all people in all ways. And I believe you, and I'm sure you're fantastic at it. But how do you want people describing you to their friends? Are you a life coach for anybody who has a pulse? Are you a life coach just for women? Are you a life coach for women over the age of 40? Are you a life coach for women over the age of 40 who have children and are thinking about their next pivot after the empty nest? Ooh, that changes it. When you build out your pillars of content specifically for your dream customer, you can't help but draw people into your orbit. People are like, wow, I really like you. Wow, you're speaking my language. Wow, how did you know everything I needed to hear? You know your business and you know your dream customer. That right there is going to have a foundational shift. In fact, in 2020, myself and my team I should introduce myself, shouldn't I? Now would be a good time. My name is Jasmine Star, and I'm a photographer and business strategist located in Newport Beach, California, and I empower small business owners to build a brand and market it on social media. Tomorrow, I am teaching a live class. Tuesday, January 14th, I am teaching live classes where I am teaching people the 3 things you need to do to double your business. And we cheeky called it 2020 Vision for 2020. Now, I am not making this bold statement like, oh, double your business and you're going to double your business and you're no, no, no. I'm saying, hey, friends, I've made the commitment to double my business. I am a coach. I am going to show you the tools that you need and how you need to show up on social media to double your business. Now, people, whenever I make these big, lofty statements, are like, but Jasmine, will it? Oh, but Jasmine, this. So here, what we want to talk about is getting granular for you. What are your questions as we lead into this? Now, Shanda, I told Shanda, whenever I go to a new audience, I never do a hard pitch. I don't want to sell anything. So I'm not, but I definitely do want to extend a warm invitation for you to join us in this live class because Shanda said, Jasmine, my tribe, the people who I care for, the people who I love and respect, they need to know how to leverage social media for their business. Because in addition to what Shanda teaches you, and in addition to what Shanda is so empowering you to do, she says there's other pieces that they can use, and I feel like this is going to be a thing for them. So if you visit jasminestar.com/2020, jasminestar.com/2020, I have a very sweet friend page. She'll drop that link here if you guys would like to sign up. But now what we're going to do is we're going to get into your questions, because when we talk about the 3 pillars and we talk about your dream customer, this is the foundation of what's going to set you apart in social media. Because you could say, Jasmine, there's so many people on social media. How am I going to stick out? Jasmine, there's so many people who do what I do. Why would anybody hire me? I am here to tell you that all of the stories that you want to tell yourself, all the excuses that you want to give yourself as to why your business will not take off this year, I am here to break them in half and dismantle them. Because when you know your content, when you know your customer, and when you know your offer, game over. You're here to win. Sherry McGriff asked, I'm at the very beginning. How did you decide on your 3 pillars? Sherry, I love this question because every professional first started off as an amateur. Everybody who is at the top of their game first started off at the beginning. So Sherry, you're not alone. And I am here to tell you that it took me 5 or 6 years to get the concept of being known as an authority in my field. So guess what, Sherry? Congratulations. I'm about to save you 5 years. Now here is an exercise if you're not quite sure what your 3 pillars are or what they could be. What I want you to do is just have what I call a brain dump. Bring out a piece of paper, a pen, and just write the things that you're good at and or can create. Content. So let's use, for example, you are a fashion blogger. Great. And you're an influencer and you want to use your blog and affiliates. Great. So what could you talk about? Well, you could talk about fashion. You could talk about makeup. You could talk about hair. You could talk about self-worth. You could talk about body image. So all you're doing is you're writing down all the things you could talk about. Now, do that like 5-6 minutes. Just write down all the things that you could talk about. And then I want you to look at your list and I want you to circle the ones that make you the most excited. And when you look at the ones that make it the most excited, I want you to narrow it down to 3. Now you could say, but Jasmine, what if I pick the wrong 3? There's no such thing as picking the wrong. You're going to pick 3 and you're going to create content around that. And then if you realize, you know what, hey, this is not for me. I'm not sure if this is my jam anymore. Guess what? Don't worry. Pick another 3. Or pick another 1. So let's get into my examples, going back to my 3 pillars. I help people build a brand. I help people market on social media. And I help empower people to believe that the impossible is now possible. So now let's look at content that I have created for each of my pillars. Now, if you don't believe me, go to my Facebook page and see posts and videos. If you don't believe me, go to my Instagram and see posts and videos. If you don't believe me, go to my YouTube channel, go to LinkedIn, go to Twitter, and you'll start saying, oh, I see Jasmine create content for how to build a brand. How do you build a brand? You do one of 2 things. You repel an audience or you attract an audience. I have a whole video about being okay with who you are, understanding your business isn't for everybody. My second content pillar is how to use social media to build your business. So what kind of content am I creating? How to use Instagram stories for sales, how to go live on your Facebook page. What are the new things going on in LinkedIn? I'm creating content to position my business and who I am as an authority. The last thing that I'm constantly talking about is making the impossible possible. But it's not enough for me to tell you this, right? I use my personal journey and I use my personal stories as a very open, candid look at what other people say is impossible. Example number one, my mom battled brain cancer for 8.5 years. And the doctor said that her time had come. I was in law school at the time. I quit law school. I moved home. I had to be home with my mom. I was overwhelmed. I was stressed and I was tired. And between you and I was depressed. I couldn't find my way out of it. But what I realized then was my mom was 50 years old and I was 25 years old and I had a midlife crisis. And I said, God, my mom is gonna die. I don't wanna die with regret. Because my mom and the conversations that we were having at the time, it was never about the stuff that she did. It was about the stuff she didn't do. What happened in her life of all the times that she didn't do the things she wanted to do. And on that day, I swore to myself, I don't want to live a half life. I don't want to be scared and I don't want to hate the life that I'm creating. And against all odds, my mother is a walking miracle. I call her every single day because the doctor said she would never walk and she would never talk and she would never make it past rounds and rounds and 8 years of chemotherapy. She is a miracle. But that's just not the only miracle in my life. I became a professional photographer and I told my husband and my business partner, I really want to be a photographer. And he said, okay, but you don't own a camera. And I was like, I know, but if I had a camera, I really think I could start a business. That's an impossibility. I want to be a photographer. I don't own a camera. And let me tell you, when I opened my camera on January 1st, 2006, nobody believed that I could be a professional photographer. And by 2009, I was voted one of the top wedding photographers in the world. In 2010, one of the top 5 most influential photographers. By 2012, Huffington Post named me one of the top five most socially influential photographers. And people are like, what? Who is that? How did that happen? To which I respond, it is only an impossibility if we do not see the possibility in it. I'll be very open and candid with you right now and let you know that my husband and I have been waiting as part of the adoption process for almost 2 years. There are days that I wake up and I think, it's impossible. It's impossible. But I openly share my journey on Instagram and on Facebook because I want people to see that what people say is impossible, one day we will be holding our child. Why? Because I believe in the impossibilities. So when you ask, so we go back to our 3 contents, branding, social media, and possibility, I showed you examples of the content that I'm creating again and again and again to position me as an authority. Now let's take the spotlight off me and go back to you. My question for you right now is, what are your 3 pillars of content? How are you showing up? And are you consistent? Now in my free class tomorrow, I can't even believe this. Life is just taking off right now. I am teaching a free class. It's going to be an hour long. We're going to get into the 3 things that you need to do to double your business on social media. JasmineStar.com/2020. Hop on over. I want to see you there because we're going to talk about how do you identify your dream customer? How do you use your bio on Instagram or Facebook to actually turn followers into customers? What kind of content should we create? How do we create content? How do we become consistent? Y'all, we're going to get in deep. So I'm not going to spoil any of that. I want to see you there. But now I am here to serve Shanda's audience well. You and me, we're having a conversation and Shanda so generously shared this page. So leave your questions because we're going to go deep with you for the next 5 or 10 minutes. Carolyn Cook asked, do you recommend certain lighting and microphones for live? Girl, I believe you need to take what you have and make it work. I am sitting right now on my laptop in front of a window. Look at this, y'all. Look at this. Right here. That's a bar cart. This bar cart it's actually $98 from Target, but I'm a bargain hunter and I bought it on sale. It was like $70 from Target like 2 years ago. I roll out this bar cart. I put my laptop. I don't use any other third party. Like, we're going live on directly to Facebook right now. And the lighting is just the lighting from God's great sun coming in through a window. Again, you will find other people who, give you tips and tricks and hacks and how to show up in different and big ways. I'm a big proponent of, hey, take what you have and make them work. Okay, Jessica Campbell said, so within the pillars, do you do categories or do you just do pillars? Jessica Queen, tell me right now, are you familiar with what I do? Because tomorrow, girl, we're getting into categories. I have to start off very simply. I don't want to scare anybody, be like, we're going to do pillars, we're going to do categories. We're getting into categories tomorrow. Categories are how I never run out of things to post on social media. I don't know about you. Have you ever been on your phone and you're kind of like scrolling and you're like, what am I going to post today? And you become so overwhelmed. And even finally, you're like, I have a picture to post today. And then it comes to writing a caption and you're like, oh my gosh, what am I going to say? I have been there 1,000 times before. Creating categories within your pillars are going to be the things that set you apart. So y'all, shout out to Paris Brown and Kat Dillon and Danielle. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you to Shanda for opening up this opportunity. For those of you guys who would like to go deeper with learning how to use social media to double your business in 2020, I'm here for you. JasmineStar.com/2020. The thing that we have to make and bring into the top of our mind is just this morning, I gave a presentation to about 1,000 hairstylists. I was at an event called Thriver Society Live, and I took the stage. And there were so many people in the room who were like, I'm not sure. You see, Jasmine, I have a very special business. Or, you see, Jasmine, I live in a really small town. Or, you see, Jasmine, I don't have a lot of money. Or, you see, Jasmine, I don't have a lot of good tech. My dad raised me to believe that you will always find reasons for you to succeed or excuses as to how you won't show up. My question to you is, are you going to find yourself a reason why you will double your business in 2020? Or in December of 2020, are you going to give me excuses? You see, Jasmine, I don't have a large following on Instagram. You see, Jasmine, I just don't have money. Friends, you do not get a following until you are consistent. We right now have the tools. You have the tool to do exactly what I am doing right now. If you go to your Facebook page and you press go live on your laptop, you will be doing exactly this. The difference between me and 98% of business owners is I do the work. And the people that I coach and the community who I lead, we don't have to be the smartest. We don't have to be the richest. We don't have to be the wittiest. We don't have to be the coolest. We don't have to be the trendiest. We don't have to be the most popular. The people who I attract say, okay, these are the cards that I have been dealt, and come hell or high water, I'm going to do the thing that I have been put on this earth to do. That's it. So my question to you is, are you willing to take the little you have and find every reason while it will work for you and not against you? So Pamela Fleischer asked, any insights for product-based businesses? Yes, Pamela, I don't know what your product is, but let's think of the most banal product that I can think of right now. Let's say, Pamela, you're a product-based business and you sell water filters. I don't know why, right? You sell water filters. You could say, Jasmine, what could I talk about for water filters? When you're a product-based business, there's a really good chance you have a lot of other competition. There are other people who sell water filters. There are other people who sell essential oils. There are other people who sell diet milkshakes, right? There are other people who sell the same product. So your value proposition, why somebody would buy from you, why somebody would buy your water filter, why somebody would buy essential oils from you becomes your pillars. Your water filter is about lifestyle. How do you empower your family to live a healthier lifestyle? So you have a lot of posts about how to meal prep. And you're like, Jasmine, what does meal prep have to do with the water filter? You find it out. Here are three tips to prepping your meals. And here's a tip. Buy glass bottles on Amazon, clean them out, and put your 8 glasses of water in the fridge and pull it out to make sure you're drinking all of your 8 waters in addition to your meal prep. Right? So you're creating content that positions your product as a solution that nobody even knew that they were looking for. Like maybe I don't even know that I need a water filter until I start reading your content and I'm like, you know what? I do spend a lot of money on plastic bottles. You know what? Drinking out of plastic bottles probably isn't the healthiest thing for right now. So your content is going to educate me. Your content is going to make me trust you. Your content is going to be like, of all the other water filters I can buy, I really need to buy from Pamela. Is that the truth? Yes, because you did the work, you created the content, you engage with your audience to turn a follower into a customer. So if you are just tuning in right now and you're like, who is this girl and where is Shanda? I am here to reintroduce myself as Jasmine Star, a photographer and business strategist from Newport Beach, California, and I am the founder of Social Curator. Shanda and I have been having conversations and she says, Jasmine, my tribe, the people I love and the people I want to serve really well, I want them to feel so gangster. Well, she didn't say gangster. I say gangster. I was like, Shanda, we're going to make your crew gangsters on social media. So she says, I want my tribe to feel so confident in 2020 about using social media to grow their business. She's like, I want you to get to know them. But she just didn't want to say, hey guys, go sign up for Jasmine's class because you don't know me. So Shanda says, hey, why don't you come in, offer value, and if people want to sign up, they can. And I said, great, Shanda, I only ever do one of 2 things. I make people not like me, I repel them, or I make people really like me. I attract them. I believe the best business owners do that. I don't need you to like fall in love with me. I need you to trust me. And if you're not quite sure if you trust what I'm saying, or if you're not quite sure if you think that myself and Shanda could kind of be guides to get you to where you want to go, I would love to invite you to the live class tomorrow. JasmineStar.com/2020. We'll leave the links here. I just want to take a second and say many thanks to Shanda for allowing me to come on. This conversation was going to be 15 to 20 minutes. She was going to ask me questions, but hey, I believe it doesn't happen to us, it happens for us. Shanda said, Jasmine, go and handle it. And I want to say thank you. Thank you to Sherry, Carolyn, Jessica, Pamela, for asking amazing questions. You're a fantastic host. You guys should be the Oprah of Facebook. Are you hearing me, Mark Zuckerberg? I want to say thank you to Anna Lillian and Debbie and Alyssa and June for tuning in live. I cannot wait to see you tomorrow. We are going to turn it up. We're going to have plenty of time for Q&A. We're actually, and I don't believe in secrets. I literally share everything I know. If you're even this much familiar with me, you will know I share everything I know. Why? I've been called to get you to believe in the impossible. That's my mission. I want to say thank you to Shanda. I want to say thank you to Kelly for handling all of these tech issues. And I want to say thank you to you. Thank you for betting on you. Thank you for hanging out with me for 21 minutes. Thank you for kind of, sort of, I'm not sure if this crazy Puerto Rican girl is going to be the thing that I need in my business. All I'm doing is inviting you to have the conversation. The class is free. It's happening multiple times tomorrow. It will happen live. I will be here talking you up. JasmineStar.com/2020. Shanda, Kelly, and the entire crew here. I am honored and I am blessed. I hope you guys have a great and fantastic 2020. And don't forget, 2020 is a leap year. Every time you're scared, every time you're worried, I want you to say, it's a leap year. I'm going to leap. Bye, y'all. Have a great one.